So recently I told you about a wonderful committee hearing on the Senate side of Hawaii with wonderful senators supporting us, including Senator Keith Agaron, Senator Rhodes, Senator Mike Gabbard, yes, the father of Tulsi Gabbard. He's been our sponsor for 3 years straight. And they asked thoughtful questions. I show that to you. The Common Cause lobbyist came in and Senator Rhodes asked her, well, you say that the runaway convention is so dangerous. First of all, there's actually no proof that conventions run away. Again, we'll put the links to the articles that prove that in the description box wherever you're watching this video. And second of all, even your one example of what you claim is a runaway convention, which is also, by the way, not true, was the Constitutional Convention. That's not an Article 5 convention. That was when the Founding Fathers actually were authorized by the states. People lie about that to this day. The people who made up that lie in the first place were insane right-wingers, the John Birch Society. They were authorized by the states to go and craft a whole new document. And the one they crafted was the United States Constitution. I would argue the best document, man-made document in world history. Now, I don't know if I'm being too jingoistic when I say that, but I love it and I think it's fantastic. So they asked the Common Cause lobbyist, well, that didn't turn out so bad. She's like, well, you could argue. Really? You could argue? And then ironically, they claim, no, we're trying to protect the Constitution. You're not trying to protect the Constitution. Article 5 is in the Constitution. It gives you two different ways to do amendments because revolutionaries wrote that document. They wanted you to do revolutions. They weren't stuttering when they gave you the option of doing a convention of the states to get an amendment. No, that part of the Constitution we don't like, okay? We want to protect the Constitution except the parts that we don't like. That's too populist. What if the population actually got what they wanted? No, the elites should decide what's in the Constitution. Okay, so anyway, those are the people that we have to fight. You'd think we'd have to fight the right wing more, and from time to time we do. Koch brothers fought us in New Jersey, but now these so-called progressive groups that don't want any change, they're fighting us in every state, New Mexico, Maryland, Hawaii, etc. So what happened in Hawaii? Well, we had gotten to the House first, and in the House things seemed well, as usual. We've got a lot of co-sponsors, and everything looks great. Then there's a person who heads a committee who thinks she's pretty clever and she actually guts the bill. And then it's okay, we can still go to the Senate side. And by the way, even if you're a Democrat, we don't care at all. This is a nonpartisan group. We want money out of politics. We ran a big race against a Republican in Connecticut. Can't wait to run a race against a Democrat, okay? You think you're immune because you're a Democrat? Think again. So anyway, but it's okay. Goes to the Senate side. We can rescue it on the Senate side. And again, I told you, wonderful senators over there. And we're about to have a vote on it in the Senate because it passed committee. That's how the resolutions work. All of a sudden, there's a Democratic caucus, which is planned ahead of time. And national Democrats start whispering. Here they come again. And all of a sudden, since we're having success, boom, boom, a couple of articles pop up in the Hawaiian press. Where'd they come from? Oh, the national Democrats and the national so-called progressive groups that don't want any change, here they come again. It's like a virus. And so the virus sets in. Oh no, did you know? Conventions run away. Not true, we prove it over and over again. I don't know, but anything could happen, anything could happen. Anything could happen is not an argument. That's not true. Do you know that the states at the state level have done over 200 conventions? They all still have their constitution. Their talking points are nothing but lies, lie after lie. One of the articles we wrote, Common Cause writes, oh, Laura's tribe is against this. Scalia was against this. You're quoting Scalia. Anyway, they misquote both of them. Go read it for yourself. They do it on purpose. And they go do these whisper campaigns. And guess what happened in Hawaii? Same exact thing that happened in New Mexico and Maryland. No vote. We didn't lose the vote, we just didn't get one. After the Democratic caucus, and the national Democratic establishment comes in and goes, we're against the convention, we're against it. Nancy Pelosi is against the convention. The establishment is against the convention. And all of a sudden, Hawaii voted 73% in favor of Bernie Sanders in the primary. Hawaii is where Tulsi Gabbard comes from, where Mike Gabbard's a senator. The voters of Hawaii are very, very clear on this. The support we had at the committee level was the most they had ever seen. Real citizens fighting for this against mercenary lobbyists. But again, no, if you had a vote, we'd win the vote, so they killed it without a vote. This is the dirty pool they play. And then groups like Common Cause turn around and go, oh my God, how could you attack us? That is so impolite. You destroy years of work of our volunteers. You don't even let a vote come up for it. You use your lobbyists to kill in the middle of the night. You do whisper campaigns. You don't think that's rude? But when we pointed out, oh, I do declare, one of them on Twitter, one of the guys who works at Common Cause said, no smart and respected person would support Cenk, Uygur, or Wolfpack. You know what that is? He was saying that to another person who works in this field, and that person does great work in this field. That's a threat. If you support Wolfpack, we're gonna kick you out of the club. We're gonna say you're not respected. And that's what they do in state after state after state. But we're gonna fight them. We're gonna fight them to the end of time, and we're gonna win. We've got over 90% of the country behind us. Money corrupts politics, everybody knows it. 93% of Americans think that politicians represent their donors instead of their voters. We're gonna win. You stand against progress, you stand against change, go for it. Common Cause, National Democratic Establishment, go for it. Okay, yes, you won this time in Hawaii. But we're never going to relent, we're never going to surrender. Wolf-pack.com. And we're gonna come for you, we're gonna come for you again in Hawaii and in all of those states, and we're gonna win. Because the people are on our side and they are desperate for change. They want change so bad. And I know you love the status quo, you are the status quo, Common Cause. You love your comfy little seats in Washington. Well, yes, we're gonna overturn your apple cart, yes. And we're gonna get money out of politics. You've been doing nothing about it and lying about it for 40 years as if you're taking any action. Their plan was, well, we're gonna wait for a Supreme Court justice to die. How did that plan turn out? What's your new plan? What's your new plan? Oh, I mean, at some state, I might wanna do some legislation that will have no effect. I'll ask Congress to take action. I know Congress won't take action. We'll push for local legislation that has no effect at all. I mean, we say we're in favor of public financing. Do we do anything in favor of public financing? An amendment, no, that's change, don't do an amendment, don't do an amendment. Oh, now we pretend we're in favor of an amendment. How about we'll do one through the convention? Don't do a convention, don't do a convention. They hate change. Whether they like it or not, let's bring change to them. Wolf-pack.com. Our journalism drive is almost over. It ends in Trump's first 100 days. We need to hire more reporters and more watchdogs. Let's do that right now at tytnetwork.com/go.